friends, coming to you today to share with you a vintage wreath that some of you may have never seen before, and I came across it not too long ago and thought it would be so cute to use this vintage ribbon that I found at Dollar General last week. It's just, they got the cutest vintage Santa on it, and it says Merry Christmas. I got this whole roll for $2, and then I came across that vintage wreath and I thought this would look so good on that. So let me tell you the supplies. The original wreath used wire and your styrofoam wreath form, and I've simplified this process to where it's going to be even easier to make. You're going to need just a Dollar Tree or Dollar General wire wreath form. You're going to need a bag of rubber bands, a bag of cotton balls, and then glue gun, of course, and then some felt, whatever color you choose, or Christmas fabric. It doesn't have to be felt. Any kind of Christmas or wreath could be adapted to spring colors, patriotic colors, or whatever. You can go buy a dozen sheets of felt, but it's really easier when you're needing a lot of felt just to go ahead and buy it off the bolt. It's only about $3 or $4 a yard, and that way it's just one big piece and you can cut your squares. The squares need to be 4 by 4 inches. I tried 3 by 3. It's just not quite big enough, and it really depends on how big your cotton balls are too. These are Dollar Tree cotton balls, and they're a little on the smaller side. If you get the more name brand cotton balls, you may have to make your squares a little bigger. But let me just show you what a puff ball is. You take a cotton ball, you put it in the center of your fabric, you take a rubber band and you wind it up, and that's it. The original wreath used wire, and you poked the wire into the styrofoam form, and that's how the puff balls were attached. But now with the rubber band and the invention of these wire wreath forms, this is a whole lot simpler, I believe, and if with a touch of hot glue it would be even more secure, because if you just stuck it in styrofoam, I think a puff ball could fall out easily if it got bumped. Because once you get the puff ball stuck into your form past the rubber band, it's pretty secure. However, I may put just a touch of hot glue on the back just to make sure my puff balls don't shift around. You see, this wreath form has 6 sections. I'm estimating about 12 puff balls in each section. And this bag of cotton balls is 100 cotton balls, so that should work out perfect. Alright, I got my squares all cut up, and my whole yard of felt yielded about 74 squares, something like that. And let me just show you that my squares are not perfect. I just used one 4 by 4 square as a guide and just kind of eyeballed it and cut them into strips, so you're not going to be able to tell that my squares are not perfect. I'm going to stuff my little squares, and that's the most labor intensive part. I have my 72 puff balls already wrapped up, and it took me less than 30 minutes to wrap all these up, and if you had help it would be even less. So simple. Get the kids involved making these. Alright, so what I did is, here's my wreath form, and just so you know, I got this wreath form at Dollar General. It is a hair smaller than the ones at Dollar Tree, but if you do use the Dollar Tree, you might need a few more puff balls, just so that you know. Since I was working with 72, that I wanted each section to have 12. So I put 5 on the outside ring, 4 in the inside ring, and 3 in the inside ring. Took my puff ball, shoved it in that section, and just pushed it down. Just clear the rubber band, and it's so secure, I don't even think I'm going to need hot glue at all. It makes it even easier. So 5, 4, and 3. That's pretty simple to remember. And I'm just going to fill it up, and I should have a wreath of puff balls. Okay, y'all, out of a yard of material, I have 3 puff balls left over. But would you just look how cute this looks? It looks like a quilted puff ball or something. My mind is just going crazy thinking about other seasons and how I could change this up, but I absolutely love it. But let me just tell you that that is the trick to it, is when you push your puff ball in those sections, Make sure that your rubber band, that's what's helping it hold in the wire form. And you may have to kind of tweak your puff balls just to cover up any wire that you may see. All in all, once they get all smushed up together, you really cannot see the wreath form. Now I need to just create my bow with my cute vintage ribbon, and I'm going to attach it and hang it and show you. Okay friends, due to it being dark outside and this is the best lighting I can get, I just stuck it on this little easel thing so you could get a good look at it. But I don't know what I like better, the puffball wreath or this adorable ribbon. But they both work so well together and I just love how it turned out. This took me a total of an hour to make. This would be so fun to get some friends together and make one of these. No hot glue involved whatsoever like I thought I was going to, and I decided just to wire this cute bow on here, and then come into January I can add a cute Valentine's bow to it. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a fun, updated vintage wreath. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.